Okay, Gilda, let's get reviewing. Hello, everypony, and welcome back to My Little Pony What Works. Man, it's been too long. Trixie gets another episode in an arc in the comics, and we get no respect from my waifu. Until today's episode, The Lost Treasure of Griffonstone. The map has once again called the girls to solve a friendship problem, or rather just Pinkie Pie and Rainbow Dash are being called to the kingdom of Griffonstone. Griffonstone is a prideful and wealthy community according to Twilight's Griffon book, sort of like the Mongol Empire judging on the hats Pinkie and Rainbow Dash are wearing on arrival. When Pinkie and Rainbow make it to the kingdom, it looks like modern Mongolia. Okay, let's start from the top, because when it comes to the story of the episode, there's a lot to go over. First, the map. I have this feeling since the premiere that not everyone will be going on certain adventures with the map's introduction. I mean, why would you need all the main 6 on an adventure if you only need 2 or 3 of them to help out with a task? Now, the episode specifies if that certain ponies need to trek, only those ponies shall trek. Good on the staff for addressing that. Next, the world building. I like the backstory of the Griffon Kingdom and Griffon nature in general. It turns out Griffons have a similar greed to dragons, although instead of growing in size, they're just very greedy and prideful of their treasure. I wonder if there was any influence from the dwarves of Middle-earth when giving the Griffons a backstory. In addition, Twilight probably needs an updated version of the book, seeing how the kingdom ended with King Guto's reign, losing the idol that started the Griffons' prosperity. Now, in terms of the story structure, did anyone else get a Gravity Falls vibe from the way the story played out? I'm serious, from the way the set pieces were put in place and how the dialogue was scripted, I could swear Rainbow Dash and Pinkie Pie could be swapped out with Dipper and Mabel. I mean, it's not a bad thing, anything that reminds me of Gravity Falls is a plus, but listen to some of Pinkie Pie's lines.
It's sad what happened to your town, King, but Rainbow Dash can't be right. This can't all be because of a missing hunk of gold. You're right, Pinkie, and you've got amazing hair. Ah, King Grover, you old charmer.
Tell me those don't sound like Mabel lines. Onto the characters, Pinkie Pie and Rainbow Dash fit their roles well when it came to the episode's plot. Rainbow Dash taking a more heads-on approach, while Pinkie Pie following Twilight's advice in her unoptimistic way. Seriously, watch it again and tell me they don't fit the Dipper Mabel roles. But enough about the ponies. Let's talk about my favorite character in the whole series. Now, way back in my favorite episodes of Season 1 video, when I talked about Griffon the Brush-Off, I mentioned that Gilda was a great character concept for the show, and mentioned the flight camp got me invested in her character. Now we get to see her backstory at the camp, and...
Hey there, I'm Rainbow Dash, and you are...
adorable. As I was saying, we get to see her interact with Rainbow, and they had a strong bond right off the bat. In addition, we see Gilda acting nice to other creatures and actually act concerned for their well-being. My only concern is, why did it take so long to see this? Man, I am never gonna grow tired of that train moving across the hills. In addition, facial expressions were fantastic from Pinkie Pie and Gilda. The highlight of the technical department was the Griffon backstory. I can't describe it accurately, but the hand-drawn, colored storyboard style was much appreciated. The score this time around reminded me of the Uncharted games, specifically Among Thieves with its more Eastern themes. It fits well alongside the East Asian culture given to Griffonstone. Once again, another lighthearted episode when it came to the humor. Was this the third time Pinkie Pie was in top form for the humor? And what's this? Gilda has a sarcastic side? Told you she was best character. When it comes to investment, I'll admit I have some bias towards Gilda. Okay, a lot of bias. But my investment towards the episode was not just on the best character. I grew interested in the Griffon culture and the conflict at hand. I want to know more, which is always a good thing when it comes to these stories. Now, initially I had trouble wrapping my head around the moral of the episode, but after watching Redcord's review, it became clear as day. The moral is about taking the first step to achieve friendship and strengthen the community the right way. It won't be easy as Gilda is tasked with reuniting the kingdom, but as I say, it's that initiative and drive that will get things going. And so we recap. The story expands the arc concerning the map, as well as exploring the world beyond Equestria. Pinkie and Rainbow fit their roles, as well as Gilda getting the most development. The music and visuals continue to impress any chance they get. Outside of the season premiere, it's the most entertaining and engaging episode of Season 5, and we conclude this episode with an ambitious but very optimistic moral. As a result, I give this episode a 4-star rating. And look, it actually broke the streak of subpar 8th episodes! Next time, we have a reason to celebrate, because not only will it be my 3rd year anniversary reviewing the show, but we get to experience the 100th episode. All aboard the hype train! Until then, I'm the voice of reason, and I'll see you next time.